everybody, I thought I would post a quick update. Unfortunately, I was not able to do a lot of miles, but I am working very hard. I loaded Tuesday and did 10 miles to the truck stop on Tuesday, and then Wednesday the truck stop didn't have a scale, and so I couldn't order permits because I wanted to verify my axle weights on the scale. And so Wednesday I moved 50 miles or so to a Love's truck stop where I was able to scale, and then Wednesday I finally ordered the permit for Indiana and Michigan. And I quickly discovered that Indiana was having an issue because the typical staff of 1.5 technicians has been drastically reduced to 0.5 technicians because one of the technicians went on vacation, allegedly, as per Facebook rumors. And so Indiana DOT is now running 72 hours behind, 3 days. So basically I submitted my request on Wednesday. That means that they will not touch that until Friday. And there's a bunch of people ahead of me, right? My company told me that there were the transport, permits, the permit service company I'm using. They told me there were 14 people ahead of me. And then yesterday, as of the end of the day yesterday, Friday, she said there were 10 people ahead of me, which does not instill too much hope. And some people would just drive at night with no signs and no headlights, but that's not how we do things here, especially when I'm over 80,000 pounds. So fines can be pretty stiff. But after all this, I'm telling you, I was tempted. I was looking at the map and looking at all the scale stations, but I don't want to get a ticket, and it's not my fault that these guys take forever to issue a permit, right? And the Michigan permit has been issued, but I told my broker, who's of course is disappointed, but they're in touch with the owner, and of course they keep bugging me, why did the other guy already get his permit? And like, how am I supposed to know, right? There was another guy, because there's like 5 loads total. It's the owner is basically, he's from Canada, and he's now returning all his equipment to Ontario for repairs. I'm not sure how he got into US, but all these 5 machines are going back, and so I have one, and then the other guy is pulling another one, but which was loaded on his 55-ton trailer. And so I guess he ordered his permit beforehand because his load was pretty much hold on one second, the sun went into a cloud. 1 second. Oh, now it's better. You see, the sun went into a cloud, and I was shooting with manual ISO, and we're using a 6D Mark II and Canon 24-105 f3.5 5.6 lens with an external mic. And at least it's not as hot as before, but basically, so yeah, I cannot move. I told the broker that it's not my fault, so I don't want to get a ticket. Don't expect me guys to run without a permit, because sometimes, they don't understand, right? Like why is the other truck is moving, and you think it's, I want to do it like this? I want to spend the whole day at the truck stop doing nothing and watching YouTube videos? Of course not. But basically that's what what I ended up doing is my Verizon phone. I have 2 phones, so because I'm using them for data all the time, right? So my Verizon phone basically died. They told me that I used up all my 20 gigabytes this month, and then my plan will reset on 23rd, which is no good. And I don't want to use my Canadian phone because it's expensive, but and there's the basic Wi-Fi at the Loves is free, but it's not fast enough to watch movies or videos. And so I already did it like 3 times. I was paying $5.99 US for 24 hours. But then, you know, you get great Wi-Fi. It works not only inside the truck stop, but also, you know, like 300 meters, 900 feet away from the truck stop in my truck. And basically what I'm doing is I'm spending the day walking around when it's not too hot. This is a Walmart over here, so the truck stop is about half a mile, 800 meters away on the opposite side of the building over there. And this is I-69. And you see now, it's around 6 o'clock p.m. The sun is hiding behind a cloud over there. And the heat went down because during the day it's impossible to be inside my black truck, you know, unless you wanna, you know, idle, which I don't. And so I'm inside the truck stop, you know, watching YouTube, researching all kinds of topics. I feel like researching, which is my favorite pastime, is researching stuff online, you know. I should have been a librarian or a researcher. And that's why, one of the reasons why I'm constantly buying and selling stuff is because, you know, after you did all the research, so you have to finish that with the purchase, right? And actually, I was tempted by this old Canon camera, because I'm looking online, you know, like what cameras people in the Canon world they use for, you know, wildlife photography. And surprisingly, one guy mentions this old, but it's still being produced Canon 5 DSR, which was the 50 megapixel Canon camera that came out in 2015. And now at that time it was like the highest resolution camera, and now Sony came up with what, 61 megapixels, but nobody needs that many megapixels unless you want to print, you know, like a billboard the size of the building. But what's funny is that when you shoot wildlife, that many megapixels allows you to crop the picture without losing any quality, you know. Whereas if you use a regular camera, like this 6D, okay, this one has 26 megapixels. So if I crop it, I will end up with an 8 megapixel image, you know. Whereas with that big Canon, that's what people use it for wildlife photography, because you can use 1.6 crop and you still have 19 megapixels, or you can use 1.3 crop and you have 30 megapixels. It's like, it's an amazing camera. So anyway, so that's what I've been doing, and watching some videos, watching some movies on Netflix, drinking lots of coffee, watching my diet because I still want to lose a couple of pounds, believe it or not. And that's what's going on. So the load, everything is nice about the load. As soon as I get that permit, I'm ready to go, and that's all I need. At least it's not snowing, it's not raining, the weather's good, everything is cool. So all we need is that Indiana permit. So that's the update from Hanson, Kentucky. Captain Sergei out.